Tracker.
How? Shitter. Tracker shitter.
Henda, you are now entering a space for Black history.
Hey, yo, we back with another reaction video. Tracker shitter. Let's start this one.
Watch what is supposed to be our Premier Music Awards.
Yeah, it's yes.
South African
Music Awards.
Yeah, it's not like regional.
The only ones with the
Only. So these are our Grammys.
But to be honest, man, our summers have. They're worthless, man. I think it's because of this whole thing. Now you can buy awards, and especially after, I think it was back in 2000, I think it was 2020 or 2019, when a certain song took Song of the Year, but the song was unknown, but it took Song of the Year. And then after that, it just went for a dive, man. Like, yeah, better la paya bafit.
These are our PETs. For sure. And then the only thing that people talk about the whole entire time, two topics. Someone who swears at someone else. Yes, he swears. Swears. Then that's all we're talking about sitting at home. We didn't buy tickets to go watch the shows. About someone who swore.
Yeah.
The other thing that trends is what? A guy wearing white pants dancing. SKOMOTO.
Hey, I saw a little shout out to SKOMOTO.
Yeah, so I'm saying.
Someone who to shout out. Someone who to shout out to SKOMOTO.
Yeah, because we shouldn't.
Why?
Because, so what are we celebrating him for? He's a good dancer.
No.
I think there's a child. I think now when you're
celebrating him for embracing.
Hold on. I think now you are celebrating someone who studied design and art.
Yes.
So now loyo. I think you're talking about him. His outfits are being worn by Michelle Obama. He's doing collaborations with Adidas. Yes. There's a kid now after who's doing contemporary dancing who would love to have a stage to be exposed. But those are probably they'll perform in Switzerland somehow and we'll never find out about them ever again. Because there they'll recognize their talent. But here, the premier awards of this country is there a talented kid from a university whose parents paid money for them to do contemporary dance, who can use that stage to further their career? Or are we that country now who celebrates mediocrity and just put a person purely because someone who's in charge of something saw them on a feed, then they managed to book them and pay them to stand in front of the whole country and represent us at the premier?
Point of correction.
But I get a point like Eugene. So he's basically saying, Guti, Ama Summers are our Grammys. Ama Summers are our BET. Ama Summers, it's just everything for us as South Africans. And if you're a musician and you win a summer, it means that you've made it in South African music. You've made it. And he's basically saying, Guti, for a person like SKOMOTO to get that platform and do what he doesn't even do best, because of he's not the best dancer, that's a fact. And there's a child who Abazalbake took them to varsity. There's a child who has dreamt of being at the summer stage and just showing her artwork or his artwork, which is dancing. And he's asking a question, South Africa, are we now that country where we just accept any Tom, Dick and Harry just because of by a trend? Regardless of can they do certain things or can they not do certain things? And if we are back to this thing, if SKOMOTO was to release music, I'm not sure he has music out, but I'm sure it's heading towards that direction. Then music will be bought, it'll sell. Not because of music is what people need, it's what people crave for, but because of his trending. So are we now a country whereby we are controlled by what is trending on our system?
It was not the Summers who brought him out. It's MACG who brought him out at the Summers.
But you cannot perform without being sanctioned.
No.
You cannot say I'm bringing Eugene. You're going to have to explain why you bring Eugene.
MACG doesn't need to explain why she's bringing her back.
Yes, that needs to explain her outfits. That one I'll give it to her. She doesn't even have to explain her outfits or her routine. But yo,
Eugene Khoza.
You understand? So there's two things she doesn't need to explain. But I'm saying that the organizers, you have rehearsals here. There's time allocation. So you can't say I'm bringing Eugene for no apparent reason.
Exactly.
So what was the reason for a guy like SKOMOTO I don't know him.
And who even approved? Basically, he's saying who approved SKOMOTO to be in stage, because these are the biggest music awards in South Africa. Not sure about Africa, but in South Africa. And a lot of artists mabafuna to make it in the American platform, they have to come through South Africa. It was like that back then. So it tells you the amount of music or the amount of opportunities that South Africa does provide, and for them to give a platform to someone who is not even the best dancer in the world. If they put a child na piano Butcher went to school for it, I'm sure he would have been recognized by Omunye Umuntu and they'll be able to sign him or whatever the case is. So I fully understand where he comes from, even though it's but I understand.
I think because he's gone viral. No, I'm a special needs.
So that trumps art.
What special needs?
No jokes. No jokes. No, I'm a special needs. So
I think I'm a special needs.
Hold on.
I need the underlegs, manje.
Hey, you spray foot, Mganwam. You spray foot. No, as in, SKOMOTO.
Yo.
Hey, Eugene. As in, SKOMOTO. I don't know his story, but as umuntu nama special needs and the way he looks, even till today, people.
How does he look?
People make jokes about. They tease him.
How does he look, sir?
People tease him. That's how he looks.
How does he look?
As a person,
Look your tease one.
Yeah.
Yes, because people tease him online. Like,
but
they're like girls. Like, remember when he was still trending for getting girls?
I don't remember.
And okay, he started trending when he was like, I don't know, he was on some podcast, and at first I thought it was like legit till I found out it's a joke, you know, that this girl, he slept with this girl, and
but you did
it's this much.
He did malum sir.
Yeah, he did malum niga amantombazana exene amachita niga amantombazana.
Oh. Yeah, but basically,
it's partly like that.
Yeah, basically,
if we're being honest, it's that. Yeah, about 12.
Or maybe Mavuso.
Mavuso, yes.
But Mavuso is different because of Mavuso, you go to a certain. I think Mavuso Bozielanje in a certain house, and go back on and then you guys just drink and you basically buy for sex. You pay to have sex. Yeah, but le emqamelo is approach umuntu at a party or wherever the case is. Bese ayavuma ukuthi uzova nawe. You get home and then you do whatever is it that you guys agreed, and ekuseni you feel ukuthi ithi ngimbambise something, so that if ikusasa this person decides ukuthi uzothi mina ngithathe ngenkani, I can show ukuthi there was a payment that was made. This was a transaction. It was not into yokuthi and that way, I think Usol is what he's basically saying. Guti umqamelo, and Mavuso is different from.
Oh, so he made umqamelo manje.
Yeah, so he got he made umqamelo Mavuso.
Hey, go back.
Yeah. So Goba Intenja. So for me, I see him as a symbol of hope.
Symbol
to abantu abaningi abakhule babhulishwa, like symbol. Getting bullied. Yeah, symbol of hope.
But Sol, we all get bullied, man. Sol, we all get bullied. Right now, I'm using my own Wi-Fi. I'm using my own laptop. I'm using my own webcam. I'm using my own ring light. I'm using my own time. I'm using my own headsets. And just by uploading this thing on the social platforms, I'll be cyber bullied. So what symbol of hope is it? We all get bullied. Why is it special ngai? What's so special ngai?
What hopes are these?
Exactly, man.
The kid.
Oh, kulekasi with special needs.
What needs?
But when's that?
Like bati tatagati, slowlena, like, and amantombazana umfuni. There's always those kids, Ekasi. Let's be honest. So it's hope for those kids. For me, that's what he seems.
So he's a pioneer for that.
Oh, so he's an ambassador for teeth.
No. He didn't come out and say he's that.
He's an ambassador for teeth kids.
Ambassador.
Huh?
He could be. He could.
Like a pioneer.
A pioneer.
Look, he's not going to change lives. But
He's not?
How?
I thought you just
But you
said
said he's gonna.
He's gonna inspire.
Kubeka, Kosti.
Guys, SKOMOTO, it's his time.
Time to do what?
It's
Time to do what?
to reap. It's his time to make some money. I'm sure I hope MACG paid him. You know, and I hope everybody else who's booking him to host parties and be a host
Who's gonna pay for our
appearances.
Yeah, but they do pay him because of his trending, and wherever he goes, he brings in numbers. That's the only reason why they pay him. Not because he's talented, not because of he has done something crazy in this world, but he's being paid because of Liar Corner. He goes with numbers. That's basically it. But now Eugene is talking about giving someone who's talented a platform as compared to giving someone who doesn't know shit a platform just because of his trending.
People pay. I hope he's making, you know, and I hope everybody else who's booking him to host parties and be a host
Who's gonna pay for
make
our
appearances
for what we saw?
or make up. People pay. I hope he's making money.
Hey,
You don't hate this. Why hate this? Come on.
okay, my point was to prove to where you are those people about you are part of what's wrong with South Africa, Wayne.
Okay.
Because you like celebrating the bottom of the bottom.
Ish.
Because
When they came from the bottom and they're making something.
you can say that if
Me and the kind of guy who celebrating small victories, Eugene.
I get tell Makuku, you explain to me.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, okay, SKOMOTO yena, if he's on the world's, South Africa's biggest stage, so the continent's biggest music stage.
Yeah.
And he's there and he happens to steal the show again. And then there's people who studying music, there's people who studying dance. I'm going to say whether he was dancing. So I'm like, okay, wasn't there another kid somewhere who's exceptional where they could have sent out a casting call to all the lecturers about the contemporary dance and say...
But that's on MACG, not the Summers.
No, so what I'm saying is the Summers as an institution sanctions whatever happens on that stage.
For SKOMOTO to be there, someone
they're
needs
in
to
charge.
approve
So
it.
someone somewhere looked at that and thought this was okay. Someone somewhere who's in charge of what happens there.
Because he's a viral sensation.
Angali, that's what my thing is. I'm saying that's how we end up with about Dr. Matthew Lani.
Sure.
That's how we end up here with people, because now we are so addicted to what's viral, we ignore what's happening. That's for real.
Sure.
Yeah, so the truth of the matter is, Tina, the banking system there, it's screwing us daily. You open your bank on the app, there's 50 rand missing, you don't know how. They tell you, no, interest rates have gone up. No, there's an extra charge. We don't need to tell you. If you don't like it, take your money somewhere. But basically what they've just said...
But you can't take your money somewhere, especially when it comes to banks, because of bonke, they into this thing of manipulating the rand. So if Capitec, it charges you $20, Absa will charge you $20, FNB will charge you $20, Standard Bank will charge you $20, Nedbank will charge you $20. So you can't move to a different bank besides being part of the system. That's why, Bati, it's money, it's rand manipulation. You can't move around. There's nothing that you can do. So I get what he's saying.
Whoever you can take your money to is doing the same thing.
Exactly.
That's what the gist of this whole entire thing, your collusion is.
Yeah.
It means if they're colluding and manipulating the rand, they're also doing price fixing on all the services that they provide for you, because that's the only way banks make money.
100%.
So I'm saying that if we're there now, we can be okay. So if that's not the discussion that we're having, if it doesn't trend at number one...
Before my channel gets attacked, all the banks that I've mentioned, I'm not saying Guti, they're part of rand manipulation. It was just the banks that I could think of at the top of my head. Sorry.
But we're trending on Munta Singamazi, who doesn't affect us. So I'm saying that if we're there now, we can be okay. So if that's not the discussion that we're having, if it doesn't trend at number one, but we're trending on Munta Singamazi, who doesn't affect us, but we're able to take all of our attention and face it on that one particular place that we all don't know, that has no impact on us, that will probably not make no money from us liking them. But the fact that we have diverted our attention. Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that we're so good at it that we can focus on things of no consequence. It was the same weekend there, voter registration.
Sadly, yeah.
Wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So all the people that were trending, the topics that were going at this, did they go to vote first?
I don't know, but
they go register first.
The messaging was out there to go vote. I don't know if someone at the Summers did remind people, but the messaging was out there.
Okay.
Equally so.
Okay.
But
And bear in mind, this is not only, it doesn't only happen in South Africa. Remember that I watched a documentary. There was some guy who went viral in the US. and then he saved I think a woman from getting robbed and hit the guy with a hammer on the head.
What was he doing with the hammer?
Have you guys seen that?
Hold on.
I've seen
That docu.
I've seen
Hold
it.
on.
Yeah.
This guy was
Good question. Good question.
roaming the streets with a hammer.
Let me tell you. Good question. Because the guy had this small hammer or some weapon of some sort. And so everybody overlooked that. What's this guy doing? And this
With a
guy,
hammer.
one of my special needs, right? Yes, he saved the woman in this instance, right? Cool. Then it went viral. Started being on all these shows, you name them, your friends, Trevor Noah in there, but not Trevor Noah, way before Trevor Noah's time, but late night talk shows.
Late night talk show, yeah, I
and
know
he'd
that.
be on, and not Ellen DeGeneres, but there's many plethora
Jimmy
of shows.
Kimmel's, yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel's of this world. And superstar now, right? They want to design a whole show around him, etc. And then he goes missing for a while. They can't find him. Of course, some chita needs medical, help.
Yeah.
He didn't need media attention.
Not media,
He
yes.
had medical attention.
And everybody overlooked that. You see, which I hope with our SKOMOTO, if he does, man, but you know my special needs, he does get the help he deserves and attention.
Okay.
And if he's making money, it goes towards taking care of him in the future.
But if he is being paid for what he's doing, I think somehow he's neglecting his medical side of things, because I know what money does to ingqondo yomuntu. Yabo, money would make you seem okay, and money would make shit that you do or say go viral. Akekho umuntu will take a back seat and said, "Ay man, look cheater the way corner. Are we sure that he's okay?" No one will say that, but they would rather take the dance and make it viral because of you have money, you have power. So at the present moment, SKOMOTO is trending, and anything that he does or anything that he says, even if he can come out now and say F medical institutes, I'm not going there, it will trend and people will support him, because manje akekho umuntu ofuna ukumhlalisa phansi and say, dude, relax a bit. Are you taking your medication? Are you checking yourself? Are you eating healthy? Are you doing 1, 2, 3, 4? No one is doing that to him, but everyone is hyping him up because of what he does is making sure he gets money, and the people hyping him up, they will also eat. So they only care about themselves rather than him. If he focuses on medication, he won't be the SKOMOTO that people want him to
so we're
be.
getting closer to the problem here.
That guy, then yes, we are. But I was just saying, it's not a South African thing. People go viral. The most unlikeliest of heroes or whatever will arise randomly and go viral for that short space of time, and there's no problem in celebrating that person, right? So that guy sadly killed someone.
Same guy, ornamental issues that rose around with a small hammer.
And there was a show
And we were surprised.
in Hollywood, like waiting for him. He killed someone. And then people started asking these questions. Please Google the guy.
Is he okay?
So just say,
Crazy American guy who who walks around with a hammer.
homeless. Google homeless.
There was something that he used to say, like,
Bam, boom, boom.
We are American.
Yeah. Google homeless American sensation killer documentary.
Homeless American sensation killer
Yes,
documentary.
homeless American killer documentary.
It's on Netflix.
Online sensation. Yes.
Hammer, what one?
Fascinating.
Hammer Man.
No.
Hammer Time.
No. Hey, I would have me, see, man. Hey, you're dishing the mouth.
So wait, so when you're saying while fact checker is checking for us, I need to when SKOMOTO.
I'm just saying.
It's not mentally all there.
No,
I agree with Saul.
I'm just saying it happens the world over, celebrating
Mediocrity.
people who on a regular basis would overlook, and they so happen to become media sensations or internet sensations. It's not a South African phenomenon. It happens everywhere.
So what's all Bani?
So the unlikeliest of,
Celebrate
heroes. Yeah.
Celebrator.
Yeah, man, I think I'll end it there, because if I only wanted to capture this part, yaga SKOMOTO, and I only saw this thing trending, and I was like, I have to do a reaction on this one. So a part of me agrees with Usol, which is the 30% part of me, where he says SKOMOTO is his time, and I mean, if in South Africa we support izinto nathi sibonayo ukuthi we don't gain from them but we still support them, then let it be, man. And also with what Eugene is saying, that we over-celebrate abantu, we over-celebrate people who are doing their jobs. Umuntu uthola isipani Pick n Pay, then they give that person a transfer. We also have a Pick n Pay say Washington DC, and then we out here saying ukuthi that person is raising the South African flag high. That's not the case. That person is basically doing his pansaki. That person is trained to do the job. So that person is basically doing his pani. Veluenza spani. If we are paying kasi by samathumbu wa mai, and then all of a sudden you decide to open up in my mind, maybe somewhere in the US, we can't say you're flying the flag high. You're just doing what you have trained yourself to do. We are pusher, you are a hustler. It has nothing to do with you raising the flag. If you're a DJ, you get a gig overseas. You're doing what you're doing, man. You're doing what you're doing. And also, what I like about Eugene is that he's speaking facts. He's speaking facts. Magati, we cannot celebrate ukuthi SKOMOTO was put in a stage where it is internationally recognized because of those are the summers, the most important award events eMzansi. But when you view them, you see someone like SKOMOTO. As an outsider, you ask yourself, kanti wenzakalani in South Africa? You understand? As someone who probably has studied dancing, who has studied entertainment, and you are refused to get into certain stages because of awazibani opeteni, therefore you cannot make it to a certain stage, then then you start realizing with South Africa, basically it's a joke because of there's people who studied dancing, there's people who studied stand-up comedy, there's people who studied whatever is it that they studied, and they need such platforms to make sure they get exposure. But we rather sideline Labo Bantu Labo and take someone who will just be probably a 2-minute trending person. SKOMOTO will die off. Then the next person will come through. That person will die off. The next person will come through. I mean, if SKOMOTO has been given a platform such as the Summers, and then when he dies off, there's nothing he would have gained from such a platform besides money. But if they gave that platform to an upcoming artist, whether through dance, poetry, rap, singing, whatever the case is, and the fame dies off, that person would still hold it. My biggest performance was at the Summers when I was given a platform by MACG because of I'm a dancer and I love dancing. You understand? But we rather do as a country. I think it's time that we look ourselves real hard. Spumaphi and Siapi. Spumaphi and Siapi. But that's just my 2 cents. If you wanna check more videos, please do click the like button, subscribe and share this video. And we out.